Hi guys, Shamdek here and welcome back to Strange Horticulture. I figured we would continue with this game today. I apologize, my voice is a little scratchy. Okay, so we are on day 9. Always have to pet the cat. Okay, so in Tibet, a noble elder stood silently watching starry skies. I'm assuming Tibet is a place. Okay, we found Tibet. I was thinking maybe the words had something to do with this, but it doesn't look like it. It could be like north, east, south. Considering that they're all separate and each one is capitalized, so we could try that. So if we go from Tibet, we go north, east, south, south, west, south, south. There we go. I find myself on a patch of moorland surrounded by jagged peaks and menacing clouds. A distinctive plant stands out against the swaths of purple heather. And there, another. We got 2 plants. We also gotta figure out this elixir. Always pet hellebore for good luck. Oh, it's our library friend. Simone, long Meg. Sorry, I've not heard of it, but I'll keep an eye out for you in the library. As long as you can get me some fever kiss, that is. Too many late nights at the library are taking their toll. Excuse you, unlabeled plants. Red berries provide an energy boost that lasts several hours, and the leaves are pale in color. I assume it's that one. Nope, it's this one. This is the fever kiss. I was like, let me just double check myself. to randomly exploring. You know, I don't remember where we've gone and haven't gone, so we're just gonna go random places. David, our mailman. There's talk around town of a woman who wears a green mask made of jade. That's the unknown lady. There are all sorts of oddballs in Undermere, but that's certainly unusual. Beckfoot candle. I find myself outside a beautiful house, almost hidden in overgrown foliage. A deep hum of bees suggests a hive is nearby, and a heavily laden apple tree leans temptingly from the other side of the high wall. I would dearly love to stay and explore the gardens of this hidden sanctuary, but I do not have the time. That was Beckfoot. So I'm assuming it means something else then. I don't even know where my watering can is. Oh, there it is. I had a feeling. The candle leads me east of Wastwater to the north of mighty Scalfell Pike grazes the sky, the tallest peak in England. The challenge beckons to me, perhaps another time. But we got a new plant. Forest. Alright, what does he want? I have been talking to people around town, trying to learn as much as I can about this beast that's rumored to have been seen in these parts. In the old world, they called this thing the Servant, but the people here seem to have forgotten that name. Except the group calling themselves the Seeds of Redemption. They are something I did not expect, and they have made it clear that they want me to stay away from the Servant. They seem to worship it. But I'm getting distracted. My Duranthium supplies are low. I need more. I have a feeling that was the group that wanted me to join them that I didn't, and then the guy came all mad that I didn't. So, Duranthium, a plant with powerful mind-altering abilities. Those who inhale smoke from burning its long, sharp leaves elevate their awareness to levels otherwise unreachable. Unachievable. Just inserting random words. Some know Duranthium as Green Eye, a name derived from the telltale sign of overdose where even the whites of the eyes take on a green tint. So long, sharp leaves. Well, this one's got long, pointy leaves. So does this one. But this says sharp edges. We don't have any rising dread yet, so it's worth the risk. We'll try it. There we go. Welcome to the labeled plant collection, new plant. Let's see, we went to Dungeon Gill. As I scramble up through the wooded ravine, the jagged outline of Jack's rake becomes intimidatingly visible in the distance. But that will have to wait for another day. The fertile forest is lush and enticing, a plethora of colorful plants and trees, but I don't find anything rare enough to take back with me. Always worth the shot. Reuben is our next visitor. I crept around Blackcomb 2 nights ago in the pitch black. That eye-bright stuff is some potent stuff. I could see clear as day. Up on the fell, I found a shallow pit full of skulls, some deer, fox, badger, and some human. There was an eerie silence about the place, and every part of me was screaming to get out of there. I'm glad you were screaming. We'd leave. Back down on the flat, I heard a terrible noise, like an axe maker's whetstone, but unmistakably animal. High in the ridgeline, I saw a cowled woman wearing a jade mask watching me, and beside her something dark, inhuman, and bloody huge. That's probably the servant that people are talking about. I don't mind admitting that I'm out of my depth on this one. I'll need to speak to Verona again. While I'm here, I'll grab some wild coal for my pounding head. You'd been out drinking too if you'd seen what I did. I am not here to judge, I am just here to give flowers. Wild coal. The purple berries are recommended by physicians in place of a hair of the dog mentality as a tonic for those suffering from the effects of having drunk too much the night before. There are some who considered wild coal a sacred plant, perhaps owing to its rarity, and claim that it is bad luck to pick berries from it. Well, this is the only other one I have that has berries. There we go. So many plants. We are a true horticulturist shop. I'm kind of looking for the black comb where he was because I want to go there. Probably not a good idea. Well, we got to see the pit that he was talking about. Listen, it's fine. Curiosity got the better of me. And we still haven't filled our rising dread all the way up, so I don't know what happens. Alright, our next visitor is Amy. My son is very sick. Someone told me about a mushroom that produces a thick, milky liquid that will help relieve his stomach pains. I'm willing to try anything. Isn't that one of the mushrooms I already have labeled? So we have Wandering Boo, Sunset Mount Cap, Bishop's Parcel, and Farmer's Worry. Let's see. There's our milky fluid, the Bishop's Parcel, so we'll try that one. Nice. Oh, I just realized my will to explore filled, so I could have went somewhere. Poor Reuben, he looks a little worse for wear this morning. He took it hard when his wife died and never did quite give up the drink. I think I know what ritual was performed at the stone circle. It all adds up. It was a summoning spell. Someone called to something across the void and tried to bring it here, and with the state of that body all torn to shreds, I'd say they succeeded. And then the gilded dendra that really got me thinking. I found this in Dr. Worthington's bestiary, a little light reading for you. I'm headed to Grizzle Forest again. The sisterhood will know more. Oh, well, she was our last visitor. Okay, well, this doesn't sound good. It has many names. Some call it the Woken Dendru, believing it to be related in some way to the deadly gilded dendra plant. Others call it the Night Stalker, the Miasma, or the Dread. But the most common name for it in the Shires is the Servant. That's what the guy was talking about. You'll have heard of it in children's songs such as Keep the Fire Burning and Servant and Master, and there are hints of it in older stories, but nobody alive has seen it in the flesh. It is said that the dead ground northeast of Tibet, where nothing but black digitus mortis grows, was caused when the servant last walked our lands hundreds of years ago. Northeast of Tibet, so I guess that's where we're going. It would be B32. The wide area of blackened ground here is known to the locals as Dead Man's Field. Dark mushrooms protrude from the soil, the fingers reaching out from the grave. That just doesn't look like a friendly plant. You need to go over in the unlabeled ones. Every day she attentively followed the teachings of the Arda. Every day she patiently performed the task given to her. Every day thoughts of the book itched away at the back of her mind. My card is blank? I probably have to use the thing to see if there's secrets on the cards. I also don't know how many days this game is. I know we've been doing like 4 days at a time, but we'll see how far we get. Yeah, a secret uncovered is a secret no more. 2 miles north of Foxfield. So we found Foxfield right here, so 2 miles north is 2 boxes, so K11. Perfect. 3 ravens circle above, their caws and croaks cleaving the silence. An omen. I take what I came for and leave. I wonder if that's one of the plants for the elixir. I hope I find them. Oh, the mailman is our first visitor this time. Normally he's the second. One from your librarian friend today. All right, Simone, what do you got for me? In reference to your question the other day about Long Meg, I'm afraid I do not have an answer, but Calder Abbey has a wealth of knowledge on local lore. If you ever go there, the monks will request a plant from you, but they won't tell you what they want, a sort of test. They never allowed me in to look through their stacks. So we gotta go to Calder Abbey. At least I found it pretty fast this time. A small window opens from the much larger oak door. From the darkness within, a voice proclaims, "Only a friend may enter?" I'm just gonna skim read to see if any of them say anything about friendship. Well, Devil's Nightcap has Corpse's friend. That one's not identified, though. But we'll keep that in mind, because it does have friend in it. Not sure if it's the correct friend. A fox button also has friendship, but this is a contract of friendship between strangers. So maybe they mean this one over the other one. Because this is a corpse's friend, and then this is friendship between strangers. And we have fox button right here, so let's try fox button. Because we're technically strangers, and I don't think they're a corpse. There we go. That was the correct one. We got sheep snap. The hatch snaps shut and the oak door swings inward slowly without a sound. I am ushered in by a man wearing a plain brown robe. He nods silently when I ask about Long Med and leads me through the abbey to a small library filled with scrolls and books. Without a word, he pauses for a moment, surveying, before selecting a scroll and handing it to me. Regarding Long Meg, there is a stone circle north of Undermere, according to local legend. Some 100 years ago, perhaps even thousands of years, a witch known as Long Med lived nearby along with her daughters. They were wild, godless people who practiced evil magic until one night they went too far and Meg and her daughters were turned to stone. The tall stone that stands apart from the main circle is called the Long Meg by local. It already has a check mark, so I feel like I've been there. That usually means I got whatever I needed from that area. I'm gonna take it as it's done because it has a check mark like the other ones that are all done. Verona Green is back. The Sisterhood are trying my patience again. If the old Arda was around, but she's not. They've kept secrets for hundreds of years. If ever there was a time to share them, it is now. They know of a way to defeat the servant, some ritual or weapon or something, but their stubborn pride won't bring them to ask for help. Well, I won't sit idly by and do nothing. I'd better have a little chat with this new Arda. And I think I'll take some Mountain a story with me. I hope I have it. Promotes an aura of confidence and persuasiveness. The large cup-like flowers produce a stale, damp smell. So instantly when I see cup, I see this one. So it does have cup flowers and it smells musty. So there we go. I just figured I would click areas around the stone circle in case there was something else in that area. Alright, who's our next visitor? Thomas Green. I have finished the designs you asked me to work on. Be very careful in wrapping these. Some of the glass work is quite delicate, and I have taken great care transporting them. My lab equipment is finally here. I will now be able to brew elixirs using ingredients from my plants. Ooh, that sounds exciting. That's how we make Baylock's elixir. I don't know if I know the flowers for this yet, though. I don't want to mix random things in case it makes chaos. Part of me does, but part of me is like, I don't know. Well, I guess on to our next visitor. Always have to hellebore. It's our ritual in between. Bethany is back. The new Arda wouldn't like me being here, but the forest is in danger. Well, clearly. I spoke with Verona Green earlier. It's bad. If the Dendru has awoken, then it will come for us. You must place an offering at the altar of Arduna? I don't even know what you want me to put there. I will say your map is not very helpful. I'm assuming it's this. It seems Beth has been able to keep her fellow sisters away from this part of the forest for now, at least. The trees are thick here, old too. The altar seems to belong here as much as part of the forest as the gnarled trunks and twisting roots. I must place an offering to the goddess Ardoy. An ember soul or a cauldry? Oh, this is my choices have consequences. So a cauldry, the uses of cauldry are not well known. Some say it has applications in dark magic, but this author has found neither substance nor specifics to back up those claims. Those who worship the huntress Arduino place a flower as an offering to ensure a successful hunt. It grows from a thin stem with small leaves. So it sounds like that one. Ember Soul is thought to have protective properties. It is sometimes given as an offering to various deities in return for sanctuary. Produces flowers with many petals. Watch out for sharp leaves. They're razor sharp. Well, the cauldry sounds better because it is specifically for her. And I don't know the difference on it, which one I place on it, what'll happen. Uh, I'm hoping this is the cauldry. I don't know if that was the right choice, but it's a choice I made. So essentially what we've come to discover is that the giant creature in the forest is known as the servant amongst any other things. And it has been summoned back and is running rampant. And somehow the green mask lady that I have been helping is involved. The unknown lady. This is just all a bad time. Oh, what's this? Patterson's Guide to Fatal Fungi and Their Antidotes. Well, at least that's helpful. That makes me wonder if I should make antidotes. Well, because it says using sap from the lemon dandy, so I didn't know if I could just put the lemon dandy in to make it. Takes multiple things, apparently. We'll have to come back to that because I don't know if I have everything for it. Because I don't know if we've ever been to Haverig. Sharp sea grass nips at my ankles as I clamber over sandy dunes. The warm sand feels pleasant between my toes as my attention wanders to a group of local fishermen returning to Haverig with their catch. I thoroughly explore the area, but after a while my eyes begin to weep from the coarse sea wind. I guess we had a little beach adventure. Alright, Natalie, how can I help you? I'm being harassed by loonies shouting about the redemption, saying they're going to set it free, whatever the heck that means. Well, they can take their seeds or whatever, woken something or other nonsense and stick it where the sun doesn't shine. She's a very fierce lady. I'm not joining their dang cult. I just want to tend my garden in peace. I didn't join either. I'm looking for some lark shine to drive them away if they come round again. So larkshine is a plant with a powerful defense mechanism. It releases stinging barbs triggered by a light touch. The pain is said to be unbearable and can last for several days. That sounds horrible. Sometimes confusingly called kidney flower, this is thought to be a reference to the kidney-shaped seeds held within the spiny pods that grow on this. It has to be this one. We don't have many unlabeled plants left, and this is the only spiky, pointy one. I was like, there's no way. I wanted to like write lake shine instead of lark shine. I had to think about it for a second. Alright, where are we going to explore today? I don't remember if we've been to Lowood or not. I don't remember where we've been. Let's go to Ravenglass. An expanse of water surrounds the coastal hamlet of Ravenglass, which sits on the estuary of 3 rivers. My librarian friend Simone tells me that Romans once used this as a naval port. Alright, we're on to day 11. In time, she learned that the sisterhood had secrets, or had she always known that? Had she come to them by chance, or had she sought them out deliberately? She wasn't sure, but by now she knew she wanted what she wanted and she would do anything to get it. Alright, time to take our fancy card in action. So Bowfell is at 902 meters, and the Old Man is at 803. Line that up. That puts it. So E16. Nice. The impressive ridgeline of the Crinkle Crag stretches across the full width of my vision. Days like today are worth being alive for. A colorful plant stands out amongst the moss. We got a new plant. Well, since we did our exploring, let's get our first visitor, Mr. George Campbell. My old man reckons there's a plant what can find pots of gold buried underground. Don't know what it's called, but I bet you do. Tell you what, when I'm rich, I'll throw a share of the gold your way. I'm glad that I magically know what he's talking about. So Weeping Bell, a plant that is believed by many to lead to gold. You'll have about as much luck searching for the end of a rainbow. The soft-frilled leaves can soothe insect bites and stings. It is also known as golden light and sometimes fool's hope. Look, we already have it labeled. Good job, us. We went to Rydell Cave. A large dark pool sits in the belly of the cavernous opening of Rydell Cave. I suppress a shudder at the thought of the monsters that could lurk beneath its serene surface. Yes, all those cave monsters. Amos Duncan. I'm heading out on the road again, but before I leave, I wanted to store some valuables in a safe. I don't trust myself to remember the combination, and I certainly don't trust myself to write it down anywhere and not lose it. So we trust me? This is where you come in. Surely you've got something up your sleeve for me. I gotta make Baylock's elixir. So now we gotta figure out the plants. So this has 9 petals. 5 and 5. How many petals does this have? Way too many? This one has 5 and kind of looks like that middle one. I'm assuming it's plants I don't have labeled. This one also has 5, but it doesn't have like the stamen like these ones have. That one kind of looks like that one. I'm assuming I have to put them in the correct order too. None of the rest of these have 9 petals though. This one has way too many. That means it's gotta be one of the labeled plants. I think this one has way too many, yeah. What about this one? That's a possibility. Not that one. I can't count that one. This one matches and it looks like this one, so we're gonna try Eyebright. Hey! We got the achievement Master Brewer, create an elixir. Trial and error. Well, you see, I made the elixir, but I don't know where it went. There we go. Oh, I found it. It was hiding in the plants. Hold on, I need my note back for spelling purposes. Now I'm gonna have random elixirs on the shelves. Guess you can go up here so I can find you. I don't know if we've been to Grasmere yet. I passed through the idyllic village of Grasmere with the quaint stone cottages daubed in ivy, no doubt occupied by a fancy poet or an artist perhaps. As people pass by, they smile and wave while children play carelessly on the open green. It's a far cry from the congested, dank streets of Undermere. Perhaps I should move my shop here. But we have all the water here. Don't gotta water the plants. I mean, technically we still do, but you know. Alright, Alice. I've run out. Oh, I can't remember its name. It's a sweet smelling plant with small purple flowers. I need it for. I was like, small purple flowers. And usually in those ones, I always want one I already have labeled, so it makes it a little easier. Otherwise, I would have picked that one. Our need to explore is almost full. Leaston Castle. Ivory smothers the dilapidated ruins of a once proud castle as if the forest itself was reaching out to reclaim it. It's our friend. Simone. Oh goodness, Hellebore, you haven't been getting enough food. I feed him. That's terrible. Whatever will become of you? My mother's had me looking into this servant creature for you, but I'm afraid I've not been getting anywhere. It's strange. I'm sure I've seen some reference to it before, but I'm drawing a blank when I try to find anything. I think Lord Fremont's archives would be a good place to look. I was going to post this to you, but I was in town anyway, so I thought I'd drop it off in person. So we're going to Muncaster. Lord Fremont's archives at Muncaster are home to many ancient and historic scrolls covering a wide variety of subjects. Might be worth it. I follow Fremont's manservant deep into the vaults of the castle. 2 hours later, I still have found no mention of the servant. On the verge of giving up, a name grabs my attention. The Woken Dendru. Didn't Verona say that was another name for the servant? The Woken Dendru is loyal to the summoner, who becomes its master and can bend its terrible power to the will. This servant is assumed to be immortal since it has no known vulnerabilities, but that does not mean that it cannot be defeated. Many hundreds of years ago, a site of ritual importance was created near Blackcomb, to the south of the Watcher, the Great Oak, and the Dendru was ousted from the world. Unfortunately, although we know that 5 plants were required for the ritual, the specific plants are not known. So the Great Oak on my map is what it's talking about. Interesting. Mr. John Hall. Norwood, please. I find it's the only thing that can keep me from nodding off on the night shift. Norwood. A bite of the crunchy root of this plant has the effect of a cold bucket of water thrown over the face. An unpleasant sensation accompanied by sharp focus. It is claimed that Norwood releases spores that are invisible to the naked eye, showing up only under unnatural light. Has crunchy roots? That's not a lot to go on. Okay, well, none of them talked about crunchy roots. So I guess we'll try to look for those. Aha. I don't know why that happened. I thought maybe I should go back to the gray oak because it's better. So I guess we're gonna have to try to figure out what 5 plants we need. Alright, when her chance finally came, she did not hesitate even for a moment. Afterwards, when the Arda was dead, she felt only elation. Years after she had first laid eyes on the book, she had what she needed. So, are you saying the lady in the mask is the one that we've been hearing the story about? The unknown? Alright, let's read our card to explore. The first letter of the Latin name of a plant known as golden light. The number of petals on a lucky cabela flower. That was one of the ones we did yesterday, right? Wasn't it this one? Yeah, also known as golden light. So L. Okay, so it's giving us the coordinates, so that means it's L. So then the number of petals will tell us which row. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna double check. So it should be L6. Nothing here. It has 6 petals. I even double checked to make sure I didn't miscount. Oh, finding 7-petaled flower, so it's probably 7. Because it's good luck. There we go. I amble through meadowlands, stopping every so often to examine any wildflowers that catch my eye. Buttercups, daisies, cowslips, red clover, knapweed, cat's ear, and hidden among them something new for my collection. Got 2 new things. This is our row of unidentified plants. It's very small now compared to what it was before. Verona is back. The sisterhood was attacked last night. Uh-oh. Bethany is dead. Oh no. Along with the new Arda and 13 others. Those dang fools with all their secrets. No amount of pleading with them could get them to see sense, but through blind luck we have been left with a slender hope in this fight. Sister Charlotte managed to escape the slaughter with the one thing that could help in the fight against the servant. Trust no one. Keep it hidden, but get it open. Then I wonder if it's because I gave the hunting flower and I didn't give the protection flower. Because I wonder if I gave that Everbloom, Everlight, Ember Soul, there we go. The one that, the protection, if they would have survived. That makes me so sad. It's the actions of my consequences. Wasn't one of my identified yeah, lock, love lock, open any lock. We'll definitely have to play through this again, or I'll have to play through it by myself because I want to know if I had used the other plant, if it would have saved. I want to know if they're savable. It says follow the Duden tributary to its source. And then this must be what that is. Okay. Oh, these are the 5 plants I need. This has gotta mean something. I'm gonna look it up. Alright, we're going to Iceberg. I've never seen this plant before, and it's growing in abundance. We will take it. Welcome, plant. But these have to be the 5 plants that we need, because it's the first, second, the third, the fourth, and then the 5th that they were talking about in the ritual. Great oak. So maybe there's still hope. They're saying the sisterhood has been attacked. Don't know how much more than that, but those seeds of redemptionists have got all excited about it. There's a bunch of them chanting outside Pulvers right now. Thanks, Mail Mandy. Alright, that's another. I'm gonna go to Foxfield. Not the coin. This. Foxfield. Alright. From Foxfield, the trident points me in the direction of some foothills northwest of the Swineside Stone Circle. A faint path leads me over ridge and into a dell. Here a plant thrives, sheltered from the wind. forest is here. I'm going back to Blackcomb. I will kill the servant. My people have a saying, he who lives without fear does not live at all. I will not say that I am not afraid, but it would be no bad thing to die hunting such a noble adversary. I will take Ember's Soul. I hope you live. I guess this will be the test to find out if he does live. Yeah, because that was the protective one. And that was this one. I didn't save the sisters, but hopefully it saves him. That makes me sad. I went to the forest just to see what would happen because the sisters aren't there anymore. Since the forest is eerily quiet, it has sinister feeling now that the sisterhood is not watching over it. Oh, my dread. It makes sense. Milton Forbes, allow me to present my services. I own a small shop that specializes in curiosities. I would have thought that someone in your position ought to be interested in pursuing our collection of manuscripts and elixirs, for example. Absolutely, because clearly I'm gonna need them. There's Arnside, so that's where we're going. The dark exterior of Arnside Antiquities blends into its surroundings. A tailor called Jones in an ugly-looking haberdashery to the extent that I walk past it 3 times before I find it. Inside, however, I'm greeted by a world of intrigue and wonder. Old trinkets sit alongside faded books and manuscripts, while strange utensils and machines, their uses unfathomable, occupy rows of display cases. It is some time before I peel myself away, returning to Undermere with 2 new recipes for elixirs that demand further study. The elixir of the damned, made from a combination of many of those plants. This powerful elixir is dangerous and extreme caution is advised. It is said to bring a person back from the brink of death, but at the expense of their soul. Those who have drunk it appear vacant and lost, alive but no longer really with us. St. Quentin's elixir. This elixir will enable any drinker of it to overcome their sense of fear, though it should be considered beforehand that fear is not always a bad thing. For example, it would not be wise to drink this near the edge of a cliff. And then that's the flowers. Good for it. Faye Swift has appeared. The dreams have changed. I understand now what I need to do. When your librarian friend visits tomorrow, give her this instead of the palace that she will ask for. What is that, though? Like, am I about to hurt my friend? I wonder if we should try to make any of these elixirs, or if we have the flowers. But I kind of want to know. It looks like it's all their scientific name. So hencook is Malocious renita. A fruit of hencook can have startling effects on memory. Even a small dose can result in short-term memory loss, but in larger amounts it has been known to cause severe amnesia. Its tuberous bulb has an unusual structure, growing in bursts that give it striped appearance when cut open. When the outer layer hardens, it turns blue-green and is ready to harvest. Well, this one's blue-green, so bulb. And that's the second one, so I'm putting it in the second slot. Okay. Because I feel like if I don't put them in the correct order, it'd probably be a problem. Camilla, which I apparently have labeled as the first one. So that at least helps that out. Alright, there's our first one. Figure out the last one. Pranthium, which I also have labeled. But where? Should I have made that? Probably not. So a 5-pointed leaf to grant courage. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna cheat and look this up because otherwise we'll probably be here for. Especially since it's so vague. So supposedly it's this one? Candlewood. Do I have candlewood labeled? I do. And then sheep don't have labeled. I don't have anything that looks like it. I guess we'll randomly see if we can find it. Guess not. Alright, so we'll have to come back to that one. I don't have a sheep snap from looking at my plants. Enmore Raven Spider. Equipped with the artist's knowledge, she journeyed west to the stone circle. Unknown to her, she was not alone as she made her preparation. Right, where's Enmore? We have H29 and L25. So I'm guessing it's somewhere in the middle? Or is it like where they meet? Like if we go spider up and then over where they both meet, intersect? At L? We'll try it. A jackdaw croaks, hidden somewhere nearby. Strange shapes of old stones pierce the long grass. Among them, a plant grows. This is the sheep snap I was looking for this. Oh no, I picked the wrong purple flower. This one. Now we have St. Quentin elixir. don't know if it's a good thing that I have these, but at least we have them. We have Grace. Have you heard of this masked woman? Imagine having that amount of power. Nations would kneel before you. You would be a god. That creature is huge, unstoppable, and they say it obeys her every command. It would certainly come in helpful with my father-in-law tomorrow. I guess I'll just have to settle for some Daisy Doc to help me get through it instead. I guess I didn't label it? Have to continue our random exploring. David Schaefer, our mailman, is back. This letter was delivered in an unusual way. There was no address provided, just the horticulture is spelled wrong. I have to assume it was meant for you. Most likely. If you know your plants, this letter is for you? Oh ho, so you got it working. Oh yes, it works, it works. Look to the north of Bowfell at the source of the river Esk. Nobody knows it grows there. It will be our little secret. Okay, there's Bowfell. At the source of the river. There should just be C14. Sure enough, I find a plant here that I have never seen before. So we're done. My husband likes to forage for mushrooms, but I'm worried about the ones he's brought back from his latest venture. He's just been on a trip across the lake exploring the woods to the west of here. He said he's got a bag full of odd looking mushrooms that he says are perfectly safe, but they don't look edible to me. I'd have brought one with me to help identify it, but he's hoarding them because he thinks I'm going to throw them out. I'll come back tomorrow. Apparently, I already got the mushroom. Yeah, I've already got enough though. Okay. I don't remember which ones they were, but I guess we'll find out. Lord Fremont told me he was able to help you find some information on the servant. I've been looking all over the library, but I've discovered this mold problem. I hoped she would have some sweet breath that would hear it cup. Help clear it up. So this is when the lady told me to give her that other thing when she asked for the pallet. So the pallets, most plants offer a small improvement to air quality, but the pallets is a class of its own. It is sometimes called sweet breath thanks to the freshness of air in its vicinity. The many short leaves of this plant are thought to help filter toxins from the surrounding air. Or the Listle of Neptune is also called truth-sayer. The plant will force a person to tell the truth. Why do they want me to give her a truth-sayer? Is she lying? That makes it suspicious. I'm pretty sure this is the one that the lady gave me and told me to give to her instead. I'm kind of curious. Oh, she's talking more. I didn't want to mention this, but Fremont gave me something else from his archives, a recipe for an elixir. It's the key to the link to the servant. In theory, it would be possible to wrest control of it from the woman in the jade mask. In theory, but the only records I was able to find are hundreds of years old, and even if it works, what then? The power that can be wielded through the Woken Gendru is too great for any one person. We should stick to the Sisterhood's ritual. So now we have Elixir of Control. All right. So it's Solomon's Scepter, Witch Fig, and Farmer's Worry. And that gives us the Elixir of Control. Are we going to use all of these? Probably not. Also, I agree, I'd rather get rid of it than control it. But we have the option. I just randomly clicked a place. The chalice clue takes me directly south of Sagil to a spot next to the river. Moss-covered rocks line the banks, velvet up to the touch. In the moist conditions, a deadly-looking plant grows abundantly in the lush grass. I got a new plant with teeth. Lorena Chapman, my cousin will be married in 3 days. If you've got some trimble huff, then it'd save me the trouble of going out to find some myself. If you knew my cousin, you'd know she's not worth the trouble. Sounds like you're really close to your cousin. Tremble hop. The tremble hop is traditionally used as decoration at weddings, that it is thought to strengthen relationship. A cross-section of the small cup-like flowers, they generally point downwards to avoid filling with water and allow easy access for pollinating insects. So this one points downward. So does this one. And so does this one. Well, none of them say anything about being cup-like, but these seem the most cup-like. These are kind of wide and open. And it says bell-like, so it's not that, because it doesn't say cup-like. And this looks more like a muffin wrapper. But we'll try this one. There we go. I'm running out of room. We wander around, it's fine. Alright, I'll start this day and then I'll call that a close. The shepherd watched as she prepared the leaves and roots that she would require. He watched as the hours dragged by. The sun set and she worked by candlelight. At times sitting still, at times moving like a dancer among the stones. The change happened suddenly, but also subtly. So that at first the watcher was not sure that anything had happened, then he saw it. Alright, so then we will stop there and figure that puzzle out next time. That'll be the start of the next stream, working on day 14. Alright, thanks again for coming to view the stream. I hope to see you next time. Have a good rest of your day, night, evening, or whatever time it is for you. Bye. Bye for now.